Welcome to another episode of Design+Style, a podcast for designers by designers, with co-hosts Dixie Willard of Dixie Willard Design and Rachel Moriarty of Rachel Moriarty Interiors. The Design+Style podcast is brought to you by the Design+Style Visibility Lab. The Visibility Lab is the only membership group that focuses on the latest strategies and tools to help you get more visible while showcasing your specific brilliance. We've got weekly online office hours with both of us, monthly topics, in-depth worksheets, and exclusive monthly trainings. Tori Toth is an award-winning home stager, the best-selling author of Feel at Home, Home Staging Secrets for a Quick and Easy Sell, and also Make It Home, the ultimate property project planner. She's also a content director for Aspired Home magazine. And if you listened last week, you probably already know that Tori helped to co-author the book, Marketing for the Staging and Design Industry with our very own Rachel Moriarty. And Tori has recently also released her new online course called Video Visibility, where she shares her video marketing secrets. It isn't her first course, of course. Tori is the creator of the Stage to Sell strategy, the world's first home staging course developed exclusively for home sellers. Tori has appeared in U.S. News and World Report, Realtor.com, CNN Money, Martha Stewart Living, The Today Show, Oprah.com, and MyDomain.com, sharing tips from her books, how-to videos, newsletters, products, and appearances that have now inspired hundreds of thousands of homeowners, real estate experts, and entrepreneurs worldwide.
So, Tori, tell us about your special staging sauce, how you tackle your staging services or your offerings.
Yeah, so I had the traditional staging business. That's what I kind of call it, because when you have a brick and mortar, and when you're going out there and paving the streets and going to see your clients, I consider that more of the traditional route these days because everyone's doing more things online. So back in, like 2013, I decided that I wanted to transform my business model and create an online staging platform. So it's called the Stage to Sell strategy, and it helps home sellers prepare their homes for sale. So it's a DIY online video course, and that's how I started implementing video into the home staging process so people can learn more about all the steps that it takes, because it takes a lot of work to get your home prepared for sale.
Yeah. I think that's brilliant, though, because, we were just having a conversation in our membership group that, DIYers are never going to hire you, and your ideal client isn't a DIYer, really. But I love that you have an offering straight to the DIYer, because they do still need to know the whole concept. They need to know what they do. But if they want to roll up their sleeves and get to it, that's great. But I love that you probably, I know you're a very organized person. You probably have checklists and
every module has checklists and a worksheet and things that they can do to implement what I'm teaching them online. And then they also have access to me. So if they have a specific question or something as they're going through the course, they can still ask an expert. I still help motivate them and kind of hold their hand through the process. However, it's definitely more cost effective than having a stager come in and do the services for you. And it still is, it gets your home sold a lot faster when you have the knowledge and the tools to do it. So it's definitely better than not staging.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that something that would be good for designers to use? So, for example, I have a home in another state that I'm going to be selling next year. Is that something I can use to prepare the home there?
Yeah, it's for any person that's selling their home. So it kind of goes through the basics from the first impressions and getting the sellers into the mindset of actually selling their home, because a lot of times people are resistant to the staging process because they're so used to seeing their surroundings the way they are, or they just don't think that they need to do that one repair or update something. So it's getting them into the right mindset to figure out who they're actually going to be targeting, because most times when someone's doing a DIY staging, they're usually selling on their own too. However, I don't promote that. I definitely think that they should have an expert on hand.
Yeah.
To actually sell the home, so you're getting the most amount of money. But then we go into organizing and decluttering and cleaning and accessorizing and updating with home improvements and projects and things like that, even all the way to the wow factor. So what is those emotional connection points that you're going to put into your house that's going to get that buyer more interested in the property and remember the property when they go and tour the next, the next house?
So smart. I'm super curious. How do you find, is it through YouTube that is like people searching on YouTube, like how to stage a home, or how are you finding your clients?
Yeah, so before I decided to create this online home staging video course, I started a YouTube channel back in 2010. I opened up my home staging company in 2009. My prior background, I was a TV reporter, so I always knew that I could essentially shoot, edit, be on camera, because I had all those tools and that knowledge anyway. And it was just a hard sell back then because the industry is so new that people don't really realize all it entails. They don't want to pay you what you're worth. They don't understand the value. So that's when I really started doing videos to kind of promote my services and promote just home staging in general and really try and raise awareness through videos. So I started doing a lot of how-to videos, and we have over 1 million viewers, 1 million views on YouTube, over 10,000 subscribers on our channel. And I mean, you can learn everything from how to make a bed. That's like one of my biggest videos.
When you told me that, I died. I know how to make a bed.
And then like the next one is how to use command strips. Like seriously, I should be sponsoring this command strip video.
That is so wild to me. Like, I mean, I think it's really great intel, but it's, and then after you told me that, I seriously noticed that I love to watch people styling beds, use these different textures and don't do a bed in a bag. And you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I'm totally into this. So that's so funny.
Were you one of the viewers that are watching that one?
Yes, ma'am. I'm your number one fan. Heck yeah.
So as I started doing videos and going into the online course for home staging, I would connect the two, and I've done webinars to try and get more people into the course, and also just doing quick videos as Facebook ads, and doing whenever I'm doing a how-to video, I'll try and get them to go take the next step, which is a 3-part free video series, so they can kind of get the flavor of the course before I push them in with the sale.
I think you are so smart about the way that you market yourself. If anybody doesn't know Tori, please follow her, and just all over. I'm serious, every platform. You are one thing I know about Tori is she is extremely organized. And so you are a content planner. Mm-hmm. You had me on your Christmas decorating and holiday decorating.
Yep.
We had another YouTuber who had, how many subs?
She has like 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, she had a crazy amount of subscribers. So that I was so honored to be part of that. Thank you so much. But your content creation is incredible. Like even when you did at Christmas time, you did a bow on your front door, and or the way you took out, like it was at Thanksgiving, you did your, everybody has those Kirkland's tables from Costco, and the way you draped it down to the floor and decorated it for Thanksgiving and put it in front of your sofa because you live in New York and you have a small footprint on the interior of your home. And I just love that, how you address some of those real life issues.
Did the little bed sheet tablecloth hack?
Yes. Yeah, girl, anytime I see someone get a glue gun out, I'm in. I'm there. So those are my favorite. Honestly, I encourage everybody to follow you. I love watching.
Thank you.
What you do, and I'm like, dang, why didn't I think about that? Because I don't plan.
You as well.
I do mine so not planned out. Like I do mine as I'm inspired. So it's like, oh yeah, maybe I should have thought maybe a month ahead.
I even think that I'm not planned enough, because as I'm trying to plan out July or whatever, you start seeing the big successful, like Joanna Gaines, all these people, they're starting to do Christmas stuff at that point, you know, and I'm nowhere near that yet, but
Yet.
yet. But I do have like a content calendar that I plan out for my Facebook Lives, for my YouTubes. And then I try and batch up the content too, especially on the YouTube videos. So I'm not constantly in front of a camera all day, and I can try and actually do other stuff with my life.
I know. I mean, Dixie and I were having that conversation this morning. It's like, whoa. I mean, it's a lot being the on-air talent in the back end, and the, you know, it becomes very overwhelming. So and you're a one-man show, right?
Yes, I
Pretty
still
much.
am.
Yeah.
I need
help.
I need a crew.
Like a white flag, help.
I know there's still so many things in my head that I want to do and conquer, and it's just like one step at a time. And I think that's really the only thing that we can do.
We can do. Exactly. I know. Poor Dixie. I'm like, I had another shower vision. It's always in the shower. I get these like, oh my gosh, you know, so.
Can you stop bathing now?
Exactly.
I know. I need to stop taking showers. I'm over inspired, actually. We can, and not everything can be implemented at this point. Okay. So another thing I want to talk about is, which you sent me at the end of this year and I love, is your planner. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, this guy.
So I happen to have it right here.
I have. Mine looks a little crazy. I started using some Erin Conrad accessories with it.
Ooh.
And so maybe I make my own one day. Who knows? The home planner, I think, is a good segue from people that are selling their home to people that then are buying a new home because they still have a lot of questions and a lot of maintenance projects that they need to keep up with. I mean, as a home stager, I kind of see the worst of it. I see it when people no longer care about their home. So the planner is a way for them to continue to care about their home and do the maintenance projects and continue to love the space that they live in until they, again, no longer live in it.
I want to also get a little bit under the hood. Tori, I've heard you talk about it before, but I think it's super important as visibility warriors and experts that Dixie and I are. We'd love to get under the hood a little bit and talk about story. And I mean, I love hearing the story because I love a little bit of a heroine's journey. So can you talk about when your, did your house flood during Sandy? Was it?
Yeah. So we live right on Jamaica Bay in Queens, New York. And we were actually in the house that night. We had, the fire trucks came down, everyone, and they're like, you better leave. I'm like, no, we'll be fine. And we kind of live in a flood prone area to begin with. However, our block just really never floods. But that night it did flood really bad. So we had water up to our waists inside the first floor of our house. And we basically had to scurry all of our pets upstairs. We started taking up things that we could find, but the water came in so quickly. Sal was in the water as the breakers started to pop and things like that. I'm like, we're done. We got to get up. So I find it kind of a blessing, though, that we were in the home, because I would be more upset if we had come back to see it. So I knew what happened when it happened. We heard the fridge fall down and all that stuff. And so many people have already just went through that over the past year. So I can really, I know what they're going through, and it's a really hard struggle. I have friends in Puerto Rico that were just talking about their electricity is still out, or spotty at best. So it's definitely, it's an experience. And, but it taught me how to rebuild the house from the studs all the way back up to, painting, trim, molding, and things like that. And we did it in record time. I mean, we were back in the house we never left the house. I mean, we were basically stuck upstairs because we had a bathroom upstairs, but we didn't have a kitchen for like 6 months. And
wow.
And
Wow.
yeah.
But how did it, so it totally informed the way you moved forward though with your business, right? Because you had a whole different skill set.
Yeah, so I mean, this was my office originally that I'm sitting in, but it got destroyed along with everything else. So I really had to take a step back, and I had to work on my whole if you're not personally
Mm-hmm.
there and you have like your own struggles to go through, how could you help somebody else through the process of preparing their home for sale? So I basically took a step back and I worked on getting materials for the house and setting up different vendors to come in and things like that, and creating the design of the new house. But and I actually started looking at more YouTube videos because I had already started doing YouTube videos, but I was looking at more videos and how other people were doing it. And I stumbled upon Alejandra.tv, who is a home organizer, who had a home organizing course. And I was like, I need to do this for staging. So that's kind of how that all got started.
Isn't that, I was wondering, because I know, like you said, there are things that happen in everybody's life, and then with enough time, you can look back and say that was a blessing because it did lead to this, or it did lead me on this search and I came across this. And it just takes that one little thing, right? To kind of reframe things and set your life on a different course. And I would imagine between like your reporting experience and plus being through, I know you love storms too.
I do.
This is a crazy thing. She was sending me, what was the last storm that you had? She was sending me the crazy.
It was a nor'easter.
I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, no, I like it. Like I wanted to be a storm chaser.
Yeah. I did. I wanted to be a storm chaser. I used to have like chase tornadoes in South Carolina, and
Dixie's from lived in Oklahoma.
I was going to say, please.
No. Lived in Oklahoma City. We were just talking about tornadoes yesterday because she got a little warning on her phone and she was like, oh, that's cute. She's like, when you come from Oklahoma City, those little warnings are just cute.
Yeah. No, I mean, tornadoes do scare the.
Yeah.
Those are just, hurricanes and stuff. Right.
You know
that they're coming.
Hurricanes move a little slower.
Yeah, you have time to prepare, and you can actually see that it is coming towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So now you're helping other stagers, and I would imagine decorators and designers that want to get into staging as well, get visible with video, right?
Yeah, so the back half of last year, I started doing some more speaking engagements on video. I think one of my first video speeches was at a RISA conference in 2015. And that was just kind of merging my experience as a TV reporter and doing what I was doing in the business to kind of show how successful it has been. So everyone was like, well, I want to do it. I want to do it. And how do you do it? So I'm speaking in Australia in July this year, and I'm talking about video, and they asked me that I needed a product to sell. So that's what kind of sparked the whole video visibility course this January, because I wanted to beta test it and get some people in and get feedback and perfect it really for when I go there this summer. So everyone has loved it so far, and it's amazing to see how much they've been able to implement that. I find it funny too, even in the staging, how homeowners, they really take what you say to heart too, and then they do it. So it's I don't know, it's amazing to be a trainer now these days versus just.
You're so perfect for it because you do have that perfect skill set of, and you're pretty easy on the eyes too, let's just say.
Are you making me blush, Rachel?
I'm trying to. If you want to watch Tori blush, go to the YouTube channel. Watch us on YouTube. So I also want to talk about, we've collaborated in another way. We did a book together.
Yes.
Which that was so exciting. So it's been fun really getting to know you, because before you were just like You're like, oh my gosh, Tori Toth, celebrity stager. And now we've done a whole bunch of things together. We're on the
including sleeping in High Point together.
We're going to be you're going to be my roomie in High Point, which is going to be awesome. And we do the magazine, Inspired Home Magazine. We're both editors. You're a creative director there. So yeah, it's been really, really fun getting to know you and getting into your world, and seeing that crossover happen a lot more. I feel like there were two different industries, and now there we always saw the blurry lines, but I'm not sure that everybody else did.
Yeah, I mean, we've really only known each other about a year, because remember we were both at the Design Bloggers conference last year, and you sat in front of me, and I think we said hi because we had to like introduce ourselves or whatever, and then after that, it was it.
That's so crazy. Oh my gosh. Well, it's been awesome. We will put a link to your video course, to all of your social media. I definitely encourage everybody to go watch your YouTubes. Tune in to You and Sell. Everybody's a Sell fan. Yeah. Your husband, right? He's stealing the show. The
Home Arena Live, our Facebook Live shows Tuesday nights.
And you do it for about an hour, right? Is it about an hour? Half an hour? What?
It ends up being longer because he goes on rants.
Oh my gosh. And another thing we have in common is we like to vacation in Tulum and Riviera Maya. So there's that. We're going to have to make that happen together one time.
Yes. I love you.
Because we missed each other by a day.
I know. Crazy.
Thank you again, Tori, for coming on and sharing all your awesomeness with us.
Thanks for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
This podcast was made possible in part through the support of our preferred partners, like the Design Network. The Design Network offers one of the most powerful to-the-trade e-commerce programs in the furniture industry, combining the top brands in furniture, the best prices, and unparalleled logistics all in one place. Go to www.thedesignnetwork.com to join the Design Network's Trade Direct program, create your designer profile, connect with new clients, and start shopping today.